G'day and welcome back to Splitsie's Fireworks Spectacular. Brought to you by the drones. Yep, the solar panel's ruined. Well, not ruined, but ready for repairs, I guess is a better way to look at it. But before I get onto repairing those, what I'm going to do is change our production queue over to something a little more useful. And that will be a whole bunch of these, because I need as many as I can get. And what is Assembler 5 doing? It's doing useless stuff, so it can cancel all those, and it can go to that as well. And I'm just going to try and get as many as I can, because I need a lot. But that's not the only thing that needs to be done. We need a turret on top of this so that we have a last line of defense. And the way I'm going to do that is something that I probably shouldn't have removed earlier. I used to have a cargo system on the roof that was connected up to our base. I probably shouldn't have removed it, but I did, so I'm going to quickly weld up these blocks so that I can more clearly see what's missing, since apparently the LCD panel is over here. And then we're going to design a new cargo connection for the roof that hopefully won't cause the problem that was the reason I got rid of the other one in the first place. And that was, it was in the way of getting any lighting outside. And I think I have an idea of how to do that that will work quite nicely. If we have a look here, this block, I can just barely see on top of it. I think if we get rid of it and replace it with a conveyor junction, I should be able to get one of these on top, like so. Except I obviously need steel plates to be able to build them. And if I can get that up there, then I can do a very simple connection. And if we grab a few of those, and grab a few of those, I can demonstrate this. If we go, and I can do this now because I've been told that these now work again as access points for your cargo system. So I can place that there, and then place one here. Oops. And then I'll still be able to place my lights up here in the ceiling, so I'll still get light in this area and it won't all look ridiculous, which is perfect. Now we can get rid of this light armor block, and we can realize that I can't access the cargo system that way, so I'll need to grind that out. And then let's grab a couple of those. We'll place in our conveyor junction and see if I'm right about what I had planned. So that there, then place our conveyor tubes on there. Oh yeah, this is going to work. So then I can build a link with pipes to a conveyor junction over here. Probably over here. Yeah, I think that'll work best. If I put the conveyor junction in there, and then turret on top. And we will have a turret on top of the base, which will be very, very handy. So let's try and get this built as quickly as possible. There we go. And the pipes will neatly go where I want them. Perfect. Alright, let's quickly weld all this up, including the turret, as we have a drifting pursuant 7k's out. So if I can get all of this done, we have an extra line of defense just in case those sandbags don't quite do what I need them to do. And it would be very bad if they don't, but at least we'll have something here to give us some degree of protection. Alright, I'm going to pop in this chair as well. Oh, can I get energy back from here? Yes, I can. I'm going to eat at my fridge with bullet holes. Although the bullet holes are gone. Oh, that chewing noise is obnoxious. Oh, that is horrible. Ah, go away. Okay, I'm not going to eat at the fridge again. That was awful. That was... ugh. Alrighty, the conveyor system's in. Let's get this turret built. And we have functional turret. Yeah. Okay, now we just need to make this all look pretty again and get an antenna back. And for the antenna... oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. For the antenna, what I want to do is something that was suggested to me, which I think will look incredibly cool. I was given the suggestion to build the antenna as a small grid one on a rotor, but to make it look a little bit like a radar or satellite dish, which I think, if I can even half pull it off, will look kind of interesting. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm keeping an eye on that. What is it? Drifting pursuant? Yeah. And seeing what may happen when it gets here. We don't need... I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to make this flat. Okay, I am out of hydrogen. Rats. I suppose I should probably go mine some. Oh dear. Yeah, I can still climb up here though. There we go, it's almost like nothing. Oh, right, there's a hole there. About to say it's almost like nothing ever happened. Now it's like nothing ever happened. And we've got a turret. To make this cargo, the conveyor system that's up here around the turret look a little bit better, I'm going to pop a couple of these around it. One on each side. And now that I think about it, I could probably also attach the fridge to the proper conveyor system so that it could actually be a refill point for my hydrogen. I should probably do that. So if I use this, oh yeah, this works easily. That, then one of these. And then that. Easy. Ah, great. That's actually something I was thinking would be really hard to do. Ah, good. Good, good, good. Oh, there's our drifting pursuant. It is very high up. Why is it so high up? Oh no, this isn't good. Rifle? No! Why don't I have a rifle? Oh boy. Drop panel. Range. Shoot! Oh, this is not good. Oh, I'm so glad I got this turret built. Shoot the thing, not the debris! What are you doing, you crazy turret? Ah! Where is it? Oh, I can't shoot. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't you crash land on me. Don't. Oh, please don't destroy it over the top of the solar tower or on me. Ah! Ah! Oh, where is that going to crash land? Oh man. Oh man. Oh, its turret was intact. Holy moly. That was so close to being an absolute disaster. Alright, let's grind this thing down. There's some goodies here. Well, that's sort of very, very convenient salvage. Don't even need my hydrogen for it. Wow, this thing really did come close to landing on my head. Holy, I am so glad I built that turret. Oh, man, if I didn't have that, I was done. Done for. Totally done for. The sandbags apparently are not elevated enough and or have run out of ammunition. I wonder if they've run out of ammunition. Can't fly up there anyway. Oh, Wow. I was so lucky that this thing landed on its head as well. Because it meant that that turret that was on top, that was still intact as it came down, could not shoot at me. Oh. Oh, I can't believe how lucky I got then. Not only did it not land on my head, it didn't land on the base, which I thought it was going to, and would have probably caused some damage if it had managed to. Kamikaze run that it tried to do on me. Oops. I wonder if I should leave this out here as like a body to scare off my enemies so that they don't come and attack. Whoa. That got me worried for a second that I was going to go splat at the other end. What the? Why am I hearing gunfire? Did you just shoot at this stuff? I wonder if I was just shooting at the bits of this that it can see. Can't see any enemies, but doesn't mean they're not here and just don't have beacons. Oh. I was so blasé about all of the gunfire before, and now that I've actually been attacked, I'm all panicky. It's not fair. I want to be blasé again. Blasé's easy. Actually, to be honest, I am really excited by the fact that the AI just gave me a hiding, because it makes this a lot more exciting. For me. Ooh. I think I'm just going to get a constant stream of attacks from there now. What I might do, since the sandbags on top of the cliff don't seem to be working, I might actually bring them down here. At least down here they do offer a last line of defense. Oh, yikes, that took a long time to grind down. And in fact, I think the sun is starting to show its light on the sky over there. I think I just spent nearly all the night grinding that down. Well, it's done at least, so that's good. Okay, next thing I wanted to do was build that little antenna array thingy. So, I've probably got sort of some of the parts that I want for that. Okay. So for this antenna, I'm actually going to use a small grid. Oh, there's pieces up here. It really was falling on top of the base. Jeez. Every time I look at this, I realize how lucky I keep getting. Oh, more. What the? There's chunks down here. Oh, more. Oh. Whoops. That I didn't want to do. I just thought, I mean, I almost did it myself, but it could have easily completely disconnected me from the solar array if it had landed on there. Wouldn't have been that horrible to have to rebuild, but if I didn't notice, that would have been a true disaster. Oh, there are chunks everywhere. You're gonna have to clear this up in daytime. Oh, large steel tubes. Can I grab them? Yep. There's a whole motor over here. Whole thruster. Oh no, I'm out of hydrogen. Nope, stop. Oh. Okay, I'm completely out of hydrogen now. I made a boo-boo. I totally forgot that I didn't have any. Oh, we can climb up the top and hopefully build this thing anyway. Okay, so to build this thing, I need a rotor. And probably not in yellow. Let's go with, yeah, I think that's going to be the best spot. Now for this rotor, we need to replace it with a small head, and we're going to call this, what will I call this? The antenna array rotor. Even though it's not really an array, it's what I'm calling it. There we go, add small head. Oh, rats. I really want to be able to use jetpack. Pop that on there, then we can go with one there. Maybe if I bring this like this, then this is like building in Minecraft again. There. Then we go with, actually if I do it this way I'll be able to see it more clearly. That, and finally that. So with our antenna on there, I'm going to build something that looks a little bit like a dish around it, just because I think it'll look interesting. And the way we're going to do that is probably not that way. That. And that. Then that. And I can't get up to the top, so that's going to be difficult. Oh. Rats to this. I am taking the butterball. I am taking the butterball and I'm going to mine some ice. I do not enjoy this building without hydrogen thing. And, ooh. Huh. That's right. The butterball's here. It's sort of out in the open. That's not great. Alright. Let's go. See if we can grab some ice quickly. I probably don't even need a full load of this, since a full load of the tick was enough to last me until now. So a full load of this would probably last me until I actually build a hydrogen ship. What I'm going to do is get it near to full load. I don't like the idea of flying with a full load when it's nighttime and there might be drones about. But it seems like I'm in a bit of a reprieve at the moment, so I might be okay. Okay, and expand the hole that I already dug many, many moons ago. Alright, that will do. 88,000 is probably enough. Let's get moving home. And thankfully it's coming to daylight, so I'll be able to see a bit better what I'm doing while I'm building, which is nice. And then I've really, really got to grind down that drilling guide. Did I just say grind down that drilling? Grind down the drilling guide, because I think it is starting to have a performance impact, as there are a lot of unwelded cubes there. Okay, let's continue building this now that I can actually get into a position where I can see what I'm doing properly. So that, then maybe we go with the corner piece. Yeah, that could work. That go on there, that go on there. I'm not going to weld up these. I want to leave them open, even though I realize that doesn't work, but I think will look better if I do it that way. Light armor slopes in here, maybe? No. I think we go with the tips in here. Yeah, that's going to look better. I think the slopes would have made it stick out a bit too far. And then, do we want, what do I want to do with this? Do I want that way? No, that way? How does that look? Kind of looks okay-ish. It's hard to get this sort of shape in Space Engineers with the blocks that we have available. So you just got to kind of make do with something that, at least from a distance, looks about right. And I don't think I want to use those that way. I think I want to try and keep them open framed, which means lining them up so that that face plate is actually against. Is that right? Nope. Like that. Oh, doesn't seem to matter. Don't think I get to choose. Rats. Alright, guess it's going to be that way then. Fine. I thought I might get to choose which side had the flat, full metal surface, but I guess I don't. That's my rough idea of my dish. At least from a distance, I think it'll look like a dish. Yeah. Now, we just need to rotate these, to spin these rotors a little bit, so that they are pointing in a direction that looks a bit more interesting. Spin you around to... Oh, actually, wrong way. Spin you around to about here, I think. Then we'll flip this one right over. Oh, wrong way. There we go. And now we have a bit of a dish on the roof. We've got somewhat of a defense here, and we should probably see how many solar cells we've managed to accumulate, since I really should be welding those up as we go. Oh, we've got quite a few. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to take up a bunch of large steel tubes, repair what I can, and then I'm going to come down and I'm going to try and get a few of these welded up, because wow, those flashes are bright. Well, with all those panels, all those cells put into the panels, we've almost got a completely repaired left side, or left from this perspective anyway. The right is still entirely destroyed, but halfway back to where we were, which is something, I guess. Are there any more cells? Don't think so. I think that's all. Yep, that's all of them. How many short are we for that last panel? Yeah. Quite a few. Well, that's still a good, well, better position we were in. We've now got a turret, and we've got half our power production back. Seems like we've got a little reprieve from attacks at the moment. Should probably take advantage of that and get rid of this thing here. I could probably grind this down at night. Just as easily as I can during the day. Ooh! Ooh! I have a better idea than grinding this down by hand. Let's make the nugget useful. Right now, the nugget pretty much has no purpose, but with a grinder attached to it, I could definitely get rid of that much faster, and it won't take too much effort to, well, replace the welders with grinders. So let's do that. Then I'll be able to get rid of that construction much faster and save wasting an entire day or night doing it. Where are you? There you are. Alright. Let's get rid of your welders. And let's put some grinders on there. Grinder, 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 grinder. There we go. Now, unfortunately, these don't contain exactly the same components. But apparently the welders are the ones that contain... Oh no. The grinders are the ones that contain slightly more motors. Motor. Alrighty. There we go. Let's use this baby. This should be much faster than doing this by hand. Hopefully I don't end up just dropping huge chunks of it on the ground, but I still think, rather than having to go back and forward every time, since there are a lot of interior plates and other things in here, this should be much better. And what I'm going to do with our weapons and tools is actually pop the grinders on here, not clear off the the welders, because I will probably end up replacing these again in the future. Oh yeah, this is going to be much quicker, so much quicker. And I do want to get rid of this because I reckon it'll be interesting to see just how much the stutters that I've been suffering are due to this. I should probably, before I get rid of too much of it, check that I've actually got it as a drilling guide. Goose parking guide. Yes, I do. Good. I wasn't supremely confident of that. Not only will it be nice to get this gone for performance reasons, it'll be really nice to get this gone because it's an eyesore. What I've been thinking of in terms of some additional protection for the base is actually a little drone. My idea of the drone is to build something that can have a connector on the bottom, or at least park with a connector on the bottom so that it can potentially attach to the goose on the connection it uses for the base. So as we drive out, we could load it up and then use it if we start seeing drones come into us while we're mining, because I could do it as kind of an aggressive defense, send it out to go and attack whatever's coming in. So I want something fairly small for that, but still something that is entirely focused on packing a punch. So I was thinking something with probably several Gatling guns, and maybe we'll see... Oh, I need platinum for missiles, don't I? Rats. I was just thinking maybe we could put rockets on it. I'll have to check what rockets actually need, so I'm pretty sure I do not have enough for them. Because it'd be really cool if I could build a tiny little drone that was just packing like 8 rockets. And just go in there, smash whatever it is with as many rockets as I can bring to the party, and then head back. Then kind of do it as a kiting standoff with the Gatling turrets after Gatling guns after that. I think the drones are back to doing their disappearing trick, so hopefully I'm safe to do this at the moment. And I am preferring to do this during the day, since my next main jobs are mostly going to be underground and in the dark anyway. I do have a plan to build not another bunker, but another turret to protect the base, which I would like to do, but I just got distracted by this idea. And I think it's worth doing. And that other thing will again be a predominantly underground construction. But while we've got this break, I think it's a good time to get rid of this thing. Well, it's been nice to see that the nugget is actually useful, as I have managed to get rid of a good chunk of that drilling guide, but I've only got 3 minutes of power left, so I think it's time for me to go land. And hopefully get a bit of recharge on, so that I can get rid of the remainder of that, as it will feel so good to have that gone. It's one of those things that's just been hanging around for so long now, that was meant to be temporary and just hasn't worked out that way. So I am always happy to see things like that finally getting completed. Let's chuck our charge on and let's see how long this is going to take. That is not how you spell battery. I've got a few more solar cells, so while we're waiting for the nugget to recharge, I think we should get more of these repaired. Okay, that's going to do. Oh, did I just do any damage, or did I manage to get incredibly lucky and actually survive that drop? Completely intact. I think I just survived that drop and completely intact. Oh, whoops. Pressed the wrong key. Oh man. Alright, this should hopefully last just long enough for me to get rid of the remainder of these bits. And hopefully in that time we'll end up with enough of the solar cells to almost completely repair the tower. It feels like progress, but I guess it's not really, because it's kind of just getting to where we already were. And I definitely just witnessed one of the drones disappearing. Or did I? No, I didn't. It's 7k's out. Oh, that's getting closer. I think there's another one that's another one that might actually make it here. Keep a close eye on it while I'm grinding here and see. Oh, I probably should have emptied everything out of the cargo of this so it wasn't having to lift its heavy self. Drat. I didn't do that. 7k's out. Oh, is it gone? It's gone. It just disappeared. I wish I knew what was controlling that. So it's kind of disappointing in a way, because I think, unless I go out there, I don't think they're actually going to come after me. Ah, there we go. All gone. Well, apart from the scattering of random blocks that I dropped as I went along the way. But we finally have this area clear. Ah, feels so good. Feels so good. Now, if only we had enough solar cells to finish off the solar tower again, I'd be very, very happy. Oh, 3 minutes. No. Was going to quickly go and try and grind down one of the wrecks with this and see how well it worked, but with only... Oh dear. Oh dear. With only 3 minutes of power left, I don't think that's such a good idea. But just in case it does work, and it is something I want to try, I am going to leave this as it is, with grinders attached. And now, for my next plan for getting us a bit more defense, let's hop up. Oh, I need to call the elevator. We'll hop upstairs, and I think I've got an idea of how we can do what I have planned. What I want is a turret that's actually directly connected to the base for power and ammunition, and I think I should be able to do that by drilling across from underneath the base around to the rocky mountainside on the other side of the valley. Well, this little bit of valley anyway. So let me pop out there so I can describe it a bit better. So the idea would be to put a turret up here. And if I want a turret up here, I'm going to need to tunnel... Well, if I want a tunnel... If I want a turret up here without having to build a bridge and without damaging the surface terrain, I'm going to need to tunnel underneath with conveyor tubes so that we can get all the way over here. And I think I have an idea of how to do that, which should end up being fairly neat. And I believe that the conveyor system comes straight on to here. So if I go grab a few steel plates, I can start laying out a guideline, which I can then use to create some GPS markers so that I can mine directly underneath it. So if we start from here, and I realize I just ground away a whole bunch of blocks and now I'm adding some straight away again. But if we come out to about... How far do I need to come? If I pop it on this square here, we should be able to... We may have to drill out a tiny little bit, but I think it might even work. So if we go K, GPS, new from current position, and this will be turret. This is only temporary. I'm going to turn off all of these other ones so that I have as little distraction as possible. And we'll turn them back on after, because I'm about to add a whole bunch of them to the map, to the coordinates. So we'll add another one here. Go a couple of blocks forward. Add another one here. And I think you can probably work out what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep myself deep enough underneath these that we create a tunnel that won't pop through, but by having the GPS markers all the way along, I just have to keep myself aligned with them, and I will drill straight where I need to without needing any sort of blueprint to guide me, which will hopefully keep the drilled hole relatively straight and save me from too much fiddling around. So that should work. We can now take all these away. Might just leave the last few just in case I want to start building at that end. But now you can see all of these GPS markers, and I wouldn't have been able to line them up that accurately without having placed the blocks out first. And now we can, I think, get down there this way. Yes. Okay. So we go from here. And to line up with those, it's this row here. So what I'm going to do is dig in. And there we go. As long as I keep these GPS markers all pretty well lined up, I will drill straight where I need to go. That is dirt. I don't want to go into dirt. And that's the other thing. I can use the dirt for most of the way to ensure that I don't pop out through this to the surface. Okay, I reckon it's going to be pretty well straight up from here. Hopefully I'm not far wrong. Because once I pop through, it's all over. There we are. I reckon I did pretty well. And now, I'm going to start at the other end. Or should I start at this end? I suppose it doesn't really matter which... might start at this end. I don't think I go very straight down there, but I think if we do this as a design, we should be able to place the turret. What I was thinking was, because turrets must be completely clear of voxels, and I don't really want to have to mine out this bit of the mountain, what I'll do is I'll place a second conveyor junction up here at this elevation with these catwalk opens all around it, and then place the turret on top of that, which should give it a nice clear firing line out this way, nice clear firing line up that way. Yeah, can't see much behind it, but anything that comes down toward the base, it's going to help protect, because it'll be able to reach out and shoot from all of these directions as well, and combine its firepower with the one that's on top of the cabin, which should be nice. Let's weld these up since I do want them in their place. And this should give us a lot better protection once it's finished. Alright, I am going to go inside this so that I can place our junction. Onto our junction, we are going to build a conveyor pipes to tubes with this pipes on it. Maybe that way? Now, it's time for me to build a whole bunch of tubes, trying to get all the way back to the base, which is probably going to need a bit of extra drilling along the way. And you can see, this tunnel's actually ended up being fairly straight. I haven't had to do too much extra drilling. I was worried I'd end up needing to do a lot more than this. So I'm actually quite happy with how this has turned out. Well, I am almost there. I was starting to think that I should build a cargo access point somewhere along this, because I've got to travel so far through all this tubing, and only being able to carry 20-ish large steel tubes at a time makes it take quite a while. I don't need that many, but I'm putting that many in my inventory. So I'm going to weld all this up, then I can finally build the turret outside, and hopefully I have actually welded up every single piece. There we go. So, on top of this goes the next conveyor junction, probably not in yellow. Then we get our Gatling turret on there. And of course I need more parts. There we go. We have a Gatling turret backing up the one on top of the cabin. Let's check out the inventory of this thing. No! I've missed a bit. Where have I missed? What haven't I done? I'm gonna have to go through and check it all. Grr. Aha! Hope that's the only bit. Let's check it all out just in case. Yes! All of the turrets have ammunition, and this one's collecting it too. Woo! Okay, we are good. That will give us a little bit more protection. Hopefully that'll be enough that at least if I get into the situation I ran into last time with a drifting pursuant attacking my base, I won't have to throw the tick into the fire to hope that it can actually deal with the problem. Charge, 8.97 megawatts. So we've still got a fair bit of charge stored up. We're not too bad on that front, which is good. Our output isn't too high. I mean, it is higher than our input, but that, even if we ran at this and were completely without any solar power, running at 1.2, 1.3 megawatts, we'll still have about 7 hours of power, which is pretty cool. That's about 3 days, which is very, very nice. So we do have good backup. With things looking up again finally, after last time's disaster, and then the almost disaster this time when the thing almost crashed crashed on my head, we can now, in the next video, finally get on to building the goose's parking spot. So there's that, and plenty more to come. So I'll see you then.